the Cowboys are going to have some success against the on offense against the Niners defense, what are they going to have to do?
They're going to have to lean into Tony Pollard. This is about explosive plays and explosive players. That's how you kind of combat what San Francisco does from a defensive standpoint. We know that they swarm the football. We know that they tackle well and they can get after the pass. So I think Tony Pollard is one of the key cards, obviously, to what Dallas does in totality and offense, but it's particular games like this where his skill set really should be put on display. Finding them the ball and getting it to him in space. I'm not just talking about handoffs. Trying to match him up against two who I think are the best tandem of linebackers in Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Trying to get those guys in some space and maybe use his speed to beat some one-on-ones that you could potentially get. And also if you send pressure, Tony Pollard should be the pressure buster when you get him behind blitzing linebackers or if they bring guys off of the slot. So I'll be interested to see. He needs to be around 15, 20 touches in this game, no matter how he gets the football.
Yeah, I do think they should try to run the football in two specific schemes that they should try to run that Arizona actually had some success on. One is duo. Now, duo is when basically the whole offensive group makes a bunch of double teams. You're not going to one-on-one block. Look at Marcus, one-on-one block this group in San Francisco that much. So the duo concept just to try to get 3 or 4 yards, and I think Dallas is good at that. And then split flow. What I mean by split flow is you run one way and bring somebody across the line of scrimmage. It just, that linebacker group is so good, you got to force those guys to play maybe a little bit hesitant or see something. So, Marcus, to your point, like those would be the two runs. I also say this, throw left if I'm Dak Prescott. Now, that might sound weird, but number one, Charvarius Ward at corner to the right of that offense is playing unbelievable. Look at the difference in pass coverage. To the right side at the bottom, they're the best pass covering defense in the NFL when it comes to QBR if a quarterback's throwing to the right. To the left, they're a bottom 6 or 7 unit, and that might be weird, and it's just Charvarius Ward is playing at such a high level. And Diamador Lenore, who's the left corner more often than not, is a good player. I just don't know if he's consistently playing to that level that he's been known to in the NFL, and he's still a young player. If I was Dak Prescott, most of my pass attempts would be going to the left of the offense.
You know what? Think about this, though. What team in the NFL doesn't have a very high draft pick that starts at corner? When you're talking about Charvarius Ward, we call him Mooney. When you're talking about Charvarius Ward, we're talking about a guy that wasn't drafted. The same with Diamador Lenore. And so that tells you what sort of team they have, what sort of scheme they have, and how they like to play their corners. Now, Charvarius Ward has elevated himself to be on a tier with a Pro Bowl caliber sort of level of play. And then also think about the pass rush. It's not necessarily about what you throw or where you throw to the right or to the left. It's what you throw. We're going to watch that Charvarius Ward is a guy that will sit on the route, believes in his speed, can play through the hands and play through the pocket when you get deep into parts of the football field, where Diamador Lenore is a little bit differently. Think about last year, the interception that we saw in the playoffs on the comeback to the outside. Dak Prescott's extremely late, but that's the sort of player that Lenore is, where Charvarius Ward would love to challenge more, likes to make it sticky, big and physical when he tackles as well. But this is a game that for Dak Prescott and this offense and for Mike McCarthy, like, forget it. Bro, like, bump it. What are we scared about?
Yeah.
You know, Mike Tannenbaum this morning said if it's 2nd and 7, 2nd and 2 in the shot zone, we ain't going to throw the ball because we want to run it. We don't want to turn it over. Take a shot.
No doubt.
Go play action. See if you can win one. This is a game that you don't win playing scared. Do not play scared, Mike McCarthy. Do not play scared, Dak Prescott. You don't have anything to lose and everything to gain.
Man, if you look at our picks, by the way, there's not a single person here that is on the Cowboys. We are all on the Niners. And Dan,
Marcus, darling.
A 17-14 game.
I think both defenses are fantastic.
I'm sorry, man.
I
saw you pick the Ravens this morning, Ryan Clark.
Marcus.
Don't get on me this evening. Don't get on me this evening, RC. I saw you pick the damn Baltimore Ravens early this morning.
All right, you guys, I got to step in here. All right, hang on a second because we got some news. The Denver Broncos have traded Randy Gregory in a 7th-round pick to the Niners in exchange for a 6th-rounder. He only played 10 games for the Broncos. Now gets another chance to play with a contender. Time now to read and react. First up, Jets offensive coordinator Daniel Hackett going back to Denver facing Sean Payton, who was so critical of him preseason. Take a listen.
So it's a chess game. You know, they know that we know that we know that they know that we all know what we know. And so you have to take that with a grain of salt. There's always a couple things you want to throw if you have some, kind of 100%, or I would say nothing's 100%, maybe a 95%. But, we've also had to get ready for our game too. So we've corresponded a little bit.
RC, they know that you know that I know, and I know that you know what exactly he meant. What was it?
Hey, listen, let me put my mic on.
Oh,
Nathaniel
yeah.
Hackett is sort of one of those very different humans, and he's being different here. But I remember when Apollo Creed was talking all that stuff to Ivan Drago, and Ivan Drago never answered. He let his wife, Brigitte Nielsen, answer. I don't know what her name was in the movie, but then it started, and he came out to Living in America, and he got punched in his stuff. And that's exactly what the New York Jets have to do. All the talking don't matter. It don't matter what they know, that we know, that you know, that we all know, that we want to know. That's 95%, but it might be 100. Somebody got to come out and play football, and that's all Nathaniel Hackett, Zach Wilson, and the New York Jets should be worried about.
And they need to be as intimidating as Brigitte Nielsen was in that movie. Wow. Okay. Next up, Lions running back David Montgomery joined the St. Brown brothers to talk about the impact of Jamison Williams. He is now eligible to play. And by the way, Amon-Ra, he did not practice again today. Take a listen.
It's gonna be electric, man. It's gonna be some. This the most high-powered offense I've ever been a part of, bro. And just to add a piece like him, bro, like it's gonna be insane. Just like we were here and we doing we need to be better. We will be, but like J-Mo will take us to another step because there's just so many more things we can do with him.
All right, 6 games as a rookie last season. What do you expect, Dan?
Yeah, something that I'm not necessarily notorious for: speed. This is an offense in Detroit that's very good, but they don't really have someone to take the top off a defense or scare a defense vertically. Now that Jamison Williams there, you're going to have not only the opportunity to actually throw the ball downfield in their play action game, but you're going to get defenses and safeties so fearful of that speed, it's going to create so many big voids in that play action chunk game for Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta. This is a huge deal for Detroit's offense.
All right, we don't know if Amon-Ra is going to play or not. We do know this. Taylor Swift is the talk of all of football. And today, Travis Kelce spoke about what it is like being in the spotlight now, even more than ever.
We're learning with the paparazzi just taking photos from all over the place, but at the same time, it's it comes with it. It comes with it. You got a lot of people that care about Taylor, and for good reason. So it's just got to keep living and learning and enjoying the moments. And at the end of the day, I've always been pretty good about compartmentalizing and being able to stay focused in this building. So I'll just keep rolling with that.
We actually cut that bite off a little bit early, Swagoo. At the end of that, he said, I was on top of the world when we won the Super Bowl, and now I'm even more on top of the world. What does that say to you?
Oh, that man is living the dream, okay? That's all you can say about this, all right? Travis Kelce understands not only the marketing side of this, but dog, it's always great when your wife make more money than you. And she would be my wife already, Hannah. I'll be talking about, you want to get married? You want to get married after I play this game next weekend? That's what Kelce is doing. I will tell Trav, man, I got to get with him. RC, you reach out to him, or Dan, let's talk to him. He got to get his beard back, man. I'm sick of this mustache thing. He got to get his beard back and start looking like the swagged out Kelce that he was.
RC?
Crowd now. You don't understand that. That's his new crowd. We no longer with the Catching Kelce crowd. We with the Swifties. You gotta blend in, man. It's a different deal. He's looking for a whole different demographic.
Yeah.
Hey, if you know, you know. If you know, you
If
know.
you know, you
he
know.
is not.
Okay.
Hey, he ain't.
Okay.
Hey.
I love it.
He down there at the
listen,
Grand Ole.
Picking up what you're putting down.
He had that Grand Ole
working
Opry
for you,
down.
Dan. I got news for you. It's
I'm
not
picking
working.
up
what you're putting
down.
Please don't go there.
Hey,
Please don't
that
go
boy
there.
is not wearing Jordans no more. He wearing Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks. The Jordans is gone. We ain't in Louis V. We in khakis.
Jesus sandals.
I am so
Khaki
here
shorts
for
and
this.
polos.
Hey, Birkenstocks is cool.
My wife's got a pair.
That
my
boy,
goodness.
he is
I
not
think he
eating
looks
gumbo
great.
no more. He on
looks great.
casseroles.
I love them as a couple. That's all I gotta say.
Casseroles.
If they lose, don't come after Taylor.